Hi. The little girls are back. We're doing another mom video, and this one is about all of her fun sayings, because she has so many funny little things that she says, and we just love them. And I find myself saying them all the time. One of them is, "What's time to a pig?"
Oh yeah, every time you're on vacation and you're all worried about time and you're running around, you're like, well, we gotta be here, we gotta be there, and it's taking so long, and she's always like, what's time to a pig? like
Speak for yourself!
It's like, we're on vacation, like, don't stress is the point of that saying, so that's one of our favorite sayings, so.
I love that one.
It's a good one.
Oh man.
And then a silly one she does is when she when she's walking through the house sometimes, like, I don't know, I think it's a Grandpa Carrying thing. She does the walk like an Egyptian, and she'll just, like, all the time just be like, doo, doo, doo. And, like, someone want to tell the Ryan story?
What's the Ryan story?
I'll tell it.
Sarah, tell it.
Even though it's Ryan's story, I guess. But when Ryan first came over, it was like when he first met Mom, he was over at our house, and it was pretty late at night. He and Bonnie had just come back from some date or something. And he walked into the house, and Mom was walking around in her muumuu or something. And
I thought she was wearing zebra.
She was wearing zebra onesie.
A zebra onesie.
And she's walking through, and Ryan, like, she rounds the corner, and she's never met Ryan before, and she sees Ryan, and she's like, oh! And that's a common mom thing. She always strikes a little pose and always does this, like, oh, you caught me thing.
Yeah.
And Bonnie especially does it all the time, but the rest of us do it too. When I get caught eating ice cream or something, we always do a little T-Rex hands and are like, and like,
so funny.
it's really funny when you get caught doing something naughty. So,
that's
anyway.
really funny.
Do you want to?
I remember one thing that we now say ever since this story is, we were getting ready for like a great big concert in like the main area of our house, and so Mom had cleaned the whole house, and she didn't want anybody to like eat food or make the house a mess, and so we all like ate downstairs our pizza and stuff, and then we come back upstairs, and somebody was throwing a fit about having to like eat the food that Mom wanted us to eat in the basement or something. And she's like, well, if you don't want to come to the party, you can go to Helen's house.
Our Aunt Helen lived down the street at the time.
Oh, right. Our Aunt Helen lived down the street at the time, and she really was just trying to say you can go to Helen's house.
Or wait, maybe
but
it
it
was in the
sounded
car. I think it was in the car. We were driving with Dad, because then Dad turns around and is like,
No, I think I remember it downstairs, because we were all playing downstairs. She's like, well, if you don't want to be quiet and go to the concert, well, then you can just go to Helen's house. And we're like,
I don't think I was there, but
I don't want to
anyway.
go to Helen's house.
and I remember
Just kidding.
whenever we'd kneel down for family prayer, she'd be like, oh, like it's the whole family.
Oh, that's my other
ready
favorite
to
thing.
pray.
Yep, and then every time we prayed too, she would turn to us all and be like, come, you skunks, let us pray. And that's how we always knelt down to family prayer.
I've said that to my roommates a few times. When we kneel down for roommate prayer, and I say, come, my little skunks, let us pray.
Come, my little skunks, let us pray. She's so funny. I love her farm sayings the best. Like, when she... Oh my gosh, what else did she say? Like, when I think I mentioned, like, how I had kissed this boy, and she was like, oh, yeah, I know. And I was like, well, how did you know? And then she's like, well, I weren't born yesterday. And I'm just like...
No, it's because Jessica comes home from prom, and it's late at night, and she's, like, dancing around the house. and me and Jessica had just told me that she got her first kiss, but we were like, we can't tell Mom. She doesn't want us to kiss boys till we're engaged to him. And so then we come out, and we've all been gossiping, and Mom's like, what were you two talking about?
Well, I weren't born
Jessica's like,
yesterday.
I got my first kiss! And she's like, well, I could figure that out.
Oh my gosh. Okay, later I have to tell a really funny... I kind of want to tell it right now.
Do
it's
it.
It's a mom story about prom.
Tell it.
But we all have to clear the camera.
So you can act it out?
So I can act it out. So tip it up. No! Okay. So, I came home from prom one day. Oh, no, sorry. This was a different prom. anyway, I came home and I had just gone with my best guy friend. And so Sarah, will you come stand here and be the door?
Mm-hmm.
Be a door. Be a door. And so anyway, we had this joke that I would come up and I would like jiggle the handle and be like, oh, it appears my door is locked. And then like lean against the door. And so my date was being funny and he came and put his hand on the door like this and was leaning like this. And so anyway, it was just a joke because we were just friends. Anyway, so I come up to the door after prom one night and I jiggle the door handle and I'm like, it appears my door is locked. And then I like throw myself against the door and then he comes and he leans against, like puts his hand on the door like this. And then Mom is inside and she goes, oh no, Jessica's locked out! And so she
Heard the
comes
door
up,
jiggling.
she heard the jiggling the doorknob. She goes, Jessica's locked out. And so she comes and she yanks the door open, and me and my date are both leaning against it. And so we fall inside in a huge tumble of dress and suit and stuff. And Colleen's in the background, and she's like, Miriam, you ruined it. He was gonna kiss it. Anyway, that was a really
That's so funny.
story, and I love it. So,
Oh man.
that was a long video.